Hello, welcome to the channel, the Sons of the Weir. Today, before I speak about this atrocious, disgusting attack in Nottingham, I want to give you a couple of examples of what's happened in this country when you let refugees, legal or illegal, run amok and bow down to them. In 2020, a Jamaican man, a shithouse of a man, Ernesto Elliott, was due to be deported back to Jamaica for the violent crimes he's committed in this country. From 2003 to 2017-18, he committed 17-18 violent offences. Now, if this man shouldn't be in the country. He's a refugee, not an illegal immigrant. He's here illegally. Anybody who's not from this country and who commit a violent crime should have one striking out, regardless. I couldn't care less about what they're going to face when they get sent back to the home country. I'm not interested. I'm more interested in looking after the safety of the people of this country. It should be one striking out. So anyway, you've got a list of B-class celebrities saying it's against this fella's human rights to be deported from his son. He's entitled to a family life. He should be allowed to stop here. People who also signed the petition was, of course, Jeremy Corbyn, Diane Abbott. So this gutless government buckled and gave in to the wokeness of these shithouses. And within 6 months of this, Ernesto Elliott had chopped a man to bits like a piece of meat. His son was also involved in the attack. So your wokeness and your whinging has cost a life there, changed the family's life. I don't see us come out offering any help to the victim's family, Abbott, Corbyn, these B-list so-called celebrities. One striking out, that's what it should be. But no, within 6 months, this fella's murdered somebody. Nothing said in the press, kept very quiet. We've now got a man described as a man from Skegness arrested for rape. His address is the Lincoln Hotel in Skegness. Now let me put this straight. This man is not from Skegness. He's one of these illegal refugees. You man fighting the 33-year-old. My eyes, my opinion, they're nothing but parasites. Made a court appearance, acknowledged his name, couldn't tell his date of birth or where he's from because he can't speak a word of English. Now this fella here, if found guilty, this shithouse, after he served his sentence, the day he's due out, he should be on the first flight or the first dinghy to where he's come from. End of story. I couldn't care less where he's going back to. I couldn't care less about the consequences for him. Shouldn't be in this country. Well, they shouldn't be a full stop, should they? Now we've got about raping. Now, let's get this attack in Nottingham. There's only GB News who's coming out with the truth. The mainstream media is not coming out with it. This fella's from West African descent, a man who's got a past of violence. Now again, if this country adopted a one striking out, regardless of where you're from, what you're facing when you go back, it's not our problem. Put our people first. This wouldn't have happened in Nottingham. Young lad, young lass, celebrating the first year at university, end of the first year, walking home after a nice night out. This parasite has killed him. It's vile. You've got a man there, even somebody pinching his vehicle, gets up, he's stabbed to death, walking about his own house, his own bed, by this shithouse coward of a man from West Africa. In my opinion, he's also knocked 2 people over as he stole the van and drove the van. In my opinion, I believe this will be a terrorist attack. There's that much commotion and cover-up trying to go on, but they'll come out with the old mental health state, won't they? Well, it doesn't wash for me. This fella got a history of violence, shouldn't be in this country, period. Don't care what country you're from, one strike and out. Don't care what your consequences are when you go back. Let's put the people and children of Britain first, not shithouse parasites. And it's time this country woke up. I says in the previous video that within 5 to 10 years the army will be on the streets of this country. I really believe it'll be the people of Britain that will be on the streets of this country. We can't just keep taking this and taking this and taking this. These governments, they're like legalised gangsters. That's all they are. It doesn't matter which one's in, they're like legalised gangsters. Treat the people of Britain like second-class citizens in their own country. That's as simple as that. And like I say, if we had the one striking out, I couldn't have it shoplifting, get them back to where they come from. It's that simple. So they'll try and cover up. In my belief, it's a terrorist attack, but terrorist attack or not, this fella shouldn't have been in this country, period. Now I want to speak about Sadiq Khan. In my opinion, the biggest prick and sepsis of London. Anybody who works in City Hall are now not allowed to describe an illegal immigrant as an illegal immigrant. You've got to describe them as undocumented people. Well, I'll tell you what they are, Khan. These young men coming over in boats, in dinghies, with no ID. They're nothing but parasites, shithouse, Tuareg, bums, cowards, groomers, murderers, drug dealers. That's what they are. So stick that in my pipe and smoke it. That's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. If you like it, all well and good. If you haven't, I couldn't care less. It's time to put the people of Britain first, not pandering to these shithouses and making excuses for them every time there's an atrocity. It's time the people of this country woke up. The sooner the better. I'm going to leave you with that, people. If you've liked it, all well and good. If you haven't, I won't lose one wink of sleep.